Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to read the introduction to this book by Stephen Friend, a suspendable from my favorite Bureau of Instigation. But before I do, please hit the thumbs up. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to all the newcomers. Actually, I just wanted to mention that in the past, I would receive a notification to my email address whenever there was a new subscriber, but for some reason, I'm not getting that. If anybody knows how to undo that, is that something new with YouTube that we're not receiving notifications of when somebody subscribes? Please let me know in the comments section or email me privately at alternativehomesteading@gmail.com. It's 4:53 p.m. on Monday, October 23, 2023. So I just received my book today. I was so excited. Yes, so this is what it looks like, folks. Well, this is, this is what the book looks like. And I will show you this is what the introduction looks like. And then there is an abundance of praise for this book. Let's see here. It was a harrowing account of one man's journey to change an agency at the breaking point by Don Bongino, host of Dan Bongino show. The FBI insider Stephen Friend was ignored and then punished for standing against what he saw as troubling violations of the Constitution committed by the agency sworn to defend it. Does that sound familiar to anybody, folks? Just about every police officer in the country, sheriff's department, they're all doing the same thing. In True Blue, Friend digs deep to reveal disturbing details of how the FBI leaders have become mired in rank political ideology, ambition, and greed. Most importantly, he uses inspiring real examples to remind us of the good the FBI can do. At a time when few dare to step forward, FBI insider Stephen Friend risked everything to tell the truth. Okay, so I'm going to read some of what he wrote here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the introduction here. Let me move this over here. Sorry for the delay. True Blue, my journey from beat cop to suspended FBI whistleblower is the story of FBI Special Agent S.A. turned whistleblower Stephen Friend. Married and the father of 2 young children, S.A. Friend has been an FBI agent for over 7 years. His work record is flawless. He is respected by his fellow agents and he has never had a disciplinary issue. Yet today, he's on suspension without pay from my favorite Bureau of Instigation. In fact, he is viewed by FBI management as an insider threat. Oh, wow, this sounds like a whistleblower playbook, right? Didn't this happen to that police officer in Manalapan, New Jersey? You know, the one who filed the lawsuit against the chief of police who labeled him what did he label him? He labeled him an enemy of the state for filing a complaint. Yeah, evidently these narcissists, they don't like when you complain about them. Then they turn the table on you. They call you the threat. Yeah, so they call you the threat. They call you the names. Everything about them, they point it towards you. It's called a projection, folks. They don't want to own their stuff. They don't want to own their stuff. And also, last night I rewatched an interview with Edward Snowden from a couple of years ago, and they played a clip of one of the NSA managers, I believe. And he said something about how when insiders speak the truth to power, they will be annihilated. I kid you not. Speaking the truth to power, like somebody up in management, speaking the truth will get you annihilated. I mean, does that make sense? Like, what the hell, folks? Speaking the truth to power will get you annihilated. Okay, well, I guess that's why I'm getting annihilated. I ain't ever shutting up either. If they don't like it, too bad. You better start doing the right thing. Because karma's coming for you. What did S.A. Friend do that drove the FBI, Jacksonville, Florida, to escort him abruptly out of the office, taking his gun, badge, and credentials? I'm telling you, it's a playbook. It's a playbook, guys. He spoke up about the FBI's systemic violation of civil rights of the Americans and massive abuse of his own investigative guidelines. S.A. Friend spoke up because of a lesson he learned when he was only a child and he never forgot. Quote unquote, I did the right thing. He did. He did the right thing. He'll probably earn a lot more money on his own now anyway. So he's got a book here and everything, interviews. S.A. Friend's personal FBI story begins in earnest at the FBI Sioux City resident agency, Omaha Division, after he completed training at the FBI Academy. His work included a variety of crimes on Indian reservations. Eventually, his peers invited him to join the Omaha SWAT team. In 2001, S.A. Friend was transferred to the Jacksonville field office, where he was assigned to, I don't know if I could say it, the kiddo exploitation and the human traffic lights investigation. Stephen and his family were beyond grateful to live 5 miles from Florida's beaches while he worked his dream job. In late 2022, everything changed. FBI management told him they considered the kiddo exploitation cases a local matter, and they reassigned him to the counterterrorism investigation. Oh, he was probably doing his job a little too well, and he was probably finding out some stuff about the kiddos that they didn't want him to know. So what did they do? They reassigned him to the counterterrorism investigations. Perfect. Counterterrorism, you know what that is, folks. That's gang stalking. That's the gang stalking investigations group. Stephen quickly jumped into CT work. He spoke to other agents, asking questions about how they approached their cases. He studied the FBI's operational guidelines for the conduct of CT investigations, and he learned the administrative nature of the meaning of the FBI Office of Origin. Now keep that in mind, the FBI's Office of Origin. The submission of leads and who was responsible for what in CT inquiries. The more he learns, the more concerned he became. Because he does his job well. He knows what he's doing, folks. Stephen concluded that most of the FBI's domestic terrorism cases were a spin-off from the Bureau's investigation of the, how do I phrase this? The first month of the year, the 6th day of the year in 2021, the Capitol, the insurrection thing. The Washington Field Office, WFO, was the Office of Origin on the overall investigation of the investigation. Okay, just the investigation. I'm just going to call it that. However, WFO and the FBI headquarters had directed FBI field offices across the country to open individual, this is key, individual Office of Origin cases on each individual identified in that first month of the year on the 6th day. So everybody that was there, everybody related to it, everybody that visited, everybody was being investigated. They created the appearance that America had a nationwide domestic terrorism problem involving so-called white supremacists, and even artificially inflated the number of cases being worked. No, they would never do anything like that. Never. What about that Trapped in a Black Box Growing Terrorism Watchlisting and Everyday Policing PDF by the ACLU in 2009, based upon 2005 and 2006 FOIA requests of my favorite Bureau of Instigation that said that there were 900,000 people identified on the watch list. They shouldn't have been there. That was a long time ago, folks. Now we're nearing 7 million innocent people. I digress. So, that's the Office of Origin cases. In short, the FBI case agents in offices other than WFO were relegated to caretakers and not managers of their own investigations. Do you hear that? They were relegated as caretakers and not managers of their own investigations. And Stephen expressed his concern to colleagues. He wondered aloud whether any of them also had a problem with this. They seemed to feel as he did, but none of them were willing to join him in speaking up. Most expressed hope. Yeah, this is going to get good. They expressed hope that their subjects, the ones that they're investigating, they expressed hope that their subjects would never be charged with any of the crimes because of their first month of the year, 6th day of the week, activism. They hoped, they wished, but they didn't speak up. Before Stephen had any opportunity to raise his concerns to the FBI management, the Jacksonville and Tampa FBI divisions were ordered to arrest those people that were there in January, residing in their territory. Special agents in charge of Tampa and Jacksonville opted to use, SWAT teams for the arrests. Stephen went immediately to his direct supervisor. I mean, that's nuts, folks. He told the supervisor it would be a clear abuse of the FBI's own rules and a clear violation of the FBI agent's oath of office to participate in such a misuse of the FBI. Now this guy, he knows his stuff. He knows the laws. He knows about conspiracy. He knows about Title 18. He knows all this stuff. He knows about violating his oath of office. So he spoke up. He explained what his supervisor should have already known, that FBI SWAT team tactics are reserved for violent offenders, usually with lengthy criminal records. You hear that, folks? They're reserved. These SWAT teams are reserved for violent offenders, usually with lengthy criminal records. Well, I guess, you can make anything up these days, right? Stephen offered a host of other ideas that he felt would satisfy the FBI's objectives without deploying SWAT teams, and they were ignored. I would imagine it's very costly to employ those SWAT teams, too. I'm sure they could be more cost-effective methods. In rapid succession, S.A. Friend found himself the subject of interrogations by multiple layers of the management staff of the Jacksonville, Florida FBI. Within days, he was told by the special agent in charge of the Jacksonville office that she had spoken to FBI headquarters. Stephen's attitude had raised security concerns. Oh, his attitude. Not wanting to violate his oath of office raised security concerns. Questions were raised about his loyalty to the FBI. He might want to consider if he was really cut out to be an FBI agent. Interesting, huh, folks? I guess all you targeted people know where this is going. Oh, my goodness. A day later, Stephen was suspended. He was suspended. He returned home to wait out the consequences of his courageous decision to question FBI management. You know, these days, asking questions get you on a list. You're not allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to insult anybody. You're not allowed to talk about your oaths of office, right? You're not allowed to voice your concerns. And definitely, if you speak the truth, you're really screwed. Screwed! Yes, you're screwed if you speak the truth about anything. Tell the truth, nah, no go. FBI whistleblowers who have stepped forward during the past year to ensure that the U.S. Congress and American citizens were made aware of the serious abuses of authority by the nation's premier law enforcement agency. SA Friend is one of only 2 whistleblowers that have gone public despite the heavy price that he and his family have paid to honor his oath of office and to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. That's why I bought his book. I don't buy everybody's book, folks, but I bought his book, and you should too. Okay, let's see. For decades, the FBI tour in Washington, D.C. was the most popular tourist stop in the nation's capital. Hundreds of thousands of school-aged boys and girls who took the tour aspired to be FBI agents when they grew up. After all, what could be better than spending your life in the fight for truth and the pursuit of justice? I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Okay, so everybody aspired to be an FBI agent because they wanted to fight for truth and the pursuit of justice. But the FBI that so many Americans had come to accept as part of their greater American family began to change after 9/11. FBI Director Robert Mueller accelerated the Bureau's transformation into an intelligence organization that slowly turned its attention to conservative Americans, regardless of warning cries from its own employees. So now I never considered myself to be that conservative, but I guess I'm a conservative American, folks. I guess I am. I don't know. I thought I was more progressive, but maybe I'm just conservative. So there is a war against conservatives. James Comey, Mueller's successor, led an FBI management team that lied, leaked, and led the once vulnerable agency down a dangerous road of one-party political allegiance. No, that's no good. No. The current FBI director, Christopher Wray, has perfected an FBI of political correctness, fully embracing the principles of critical race theory, woke ideology, and the factually incorrect pursuit of white supremacy as the ultimate threat to America. SA Friend's refusal to stand silent while the FBI violated his own rules and procedures to advance this narrative hit at the very core of Wray's leadership of the FBI and those bureau officials he had so aggressively promoted. The results of all this during their collective tenure The abuse and misuse of the FBI has been staggering. The public trust is broken. By the time this book is published, the newly elected United States Congress will hopefully be amid a series of hearings on the FBI Special Agent Stephen Friend, and we'll be part of those hearings. Oh yeah, we heard some of those hearings. I think it was over the summer. Like generations of FBI agents who preceded him, S.A. Friend simply desired to be the very best FBI agent he could be, dedicated to the rule of law in America, dedicated to protect Americans from bullies. Oh, I need you, Mr. Friend. Could you come and visit me here in rural Kentucky? I've got a lot of bullies here. Stephen Friend learned early in life what it was like to be bullied. Sadly, he never dreamed that the once proud agency he joined to take on society's bullies would turn into a bully itself. Oh my goodness, now I know why. Now I know why when he sent a copy of this book, they removed 40 pages. Yeah, let's see. How many pages is this book, guys? Let's see. Let me just take a pause here for a minute. So it's about 230 pages, so they would have removed 40 pages. Probably the entire introduction that I'm reading. Dozens of former and retired FBI agents have spoken out and stood behind S.A. Friend in public. I am proud to be included among them. Stephen's strict allegiance to the oath of office he took upon becoming an FBI special agent and his adherence to the rules of conduct and discipline and honesty that provided the bedrock to that AATH, I think that's wrong, oath. Yeah, this is a misspelling. Oath are the model that every single FBI agent should aspire to follow. History has provided ample evidence of the disastrous consequences for those who do not understand a simple fact of human behavior. Authoritarianism does not breed in a vacuum. We know what it looks like. We know its symptoms. We can hear and feel it coming. Thinking back on his FBI Academy class travel to the National Holocaust Museum, Stephen recalled the comments of one of the speakers that brings ultimate charity to the challenge we face today with the FBI's behavior. Atrocities such as the Holocaust are only made possible when law enforcement becomes an apparatus of the state and a willing participant in the abuse. I'm going to read it again. Atrocities such as the Holocaust are only made possible when law enforcement becomes an apparatus of the state and a willing participant in the abuse. Americans have been waiting for FBI agents to speak out on the Bureau's abuses of power. During this all-too-short FBI career and its true blue, S.A. Stephen Friend has personified fidelity, bravery, and integrity. He has made his voice heard. It will serve us well to listen to what Stephen has to say. It's past time to do the right thing. This prologue is written by Terry D. Tarchi, a Deputy Assistant Director of Counterterrorism, the FBI, retired May 1, 2001. I just wanted to read something that he wrote here. Let's see if I can find it. He writes, "Never give up your dream. You cannot fail unless you quit. So don't quit. Never give up." Like this. Don't quit. Never give up. There were a couple of other things that I saw that I wanted to read to you. 1 second, folks. I apologize for the turning of the pages here. Okay, I am going to end this recording, and I will create another recording of some of what he's written here, because one portion is a little bit longer story. It'll end up bringing this to an hour, and I don't have the time right now, but I hope you enjoyed the foreword. So part of it was the foreword by Miranda Devine, and then there was the introduction, which is what I just read to you. Steve and friends, my journey from beat cop to suspended FBI whistleblower. Hope everybody enjoyed this. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. Also, if you subscribe, remember to hit the notifications bell. A lot of people say that they're not receiving notifications, and sometimes YouTube is inadvertently either unsubscribing people or not sending you notifications because there's a glitch. Other YouTube creators have commented that some of their subscribers are not receiving notifications. So just go in. Sometimes you have to subscribe, unsubscribe and subscribe again and hit the notifications again. I appreciate everybody and all of your comments and questions. You can always email me privately at alternativehomesteading@gmail.com. Only inquiries. I really don't have time to have very lengthy conversations with people. But if you have any quick questions, feel free. And I look forward to, all of the information that you've been emailing. Also, anybody that wants me to read their testimony on my channel, we're doing some, half an hour, even up to an hour testimony, reading what you have written. These are not face-to-face interviews. If you send it to me in writing, I will schedule a time to read your testimony out loud, so that you have it, you can share it, you can download it, and you can remain anonymous if you like. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading signing off for now.